Donkey Kong entered the arcade circuit in 1981. It became a huge hit, advanced the platforming genre, spawned off several sequels, and at some time branched out many franchises. 2 sequels would be spawned from the original game, and all would be ported to the NES. Let's take a look at all of them. In the original game, Donkey Kong kidnaps a damsel in distress named Pauline, and it's up to you to maneuver Mario, or Jumpman as he was known at the time, and save Pauline. This game looks and feels a lot like its arcade predecessor, but being a home gaming console port, Nintendo had to cut some corners to get it just right. One of the most known cutout features of the game was the intro. This left us with a question: why are the beams slanted? Well, maybe if Nintendo didn't cut that out, we'd know. You see, Donkey Kong stomping on the beams in the first place reveals us to why they're slanted, and carrying Pauline up the ladder shows us why there are multiple levels, not just one. Another cutout feature is one of the stages. The first, third, and fourth stages are all present, but the second stage was scrapped, cutting the total levels down from 4 to 3. Even though this was an early NES game, they probably could have found a way to slip both of these missing ingredients in. Despite the cuttings of corners, this is still and always will be a great NES port. Jumping from platform to platform, smashing rolling barrels, smashing enemies with hammers, seem to be pretty simple, but will always have a place in our hearts. The fact that the stages are different in their own way keeps the game from dragging on, and makes the game have a very high replay value. I give this game a 9 out of 10. Donkey Kong Jr. followed about a year later. It not only progressed the story, but featured an interesting protagonist shift. Following the events of the first game, Mario now has Donkey Kong held captive, and it's up to Jr. to free him. All 4 levels are present, and much like the original Donkey Kong, the port is very well done. The cutscenes are again scrapped, save for the grand finale when Donkey Kong Jr. saves his daddy-o. This game focuses more on climbing, while the first game focuses more on platforming, even though both games did include both traits. Instead of using hammers to smash enemies, Jr. knocks fruit onto the enemies below. I'm not really sure how Mario has control of all these snapjaws, but it's still pretty epic. The interesting thing found in this game is the protagonist and antagonist shift. I give this game a 10 out of 10. Alright, now all we have left is Donkey Kong 3. This game was released a year after Donkey Kong Jr. At this time, Mario had moved on from the Donkey Kong project to star in the NES Mario Brothers game. With this going on, Donkey Kong had to receive a new enemy. Who was it? Stanley the Bugman. Kind of a letdown if you ask me. In this game, Donkey Kong's objective is to break into Stanley's greenhouse and stick a whole bunch of insects onto his flowers. You take control of Stanley. All that you do is shoot bug sprays at enemies and up Donkey Kong's wazoo, forcing him to climb up the vines. Now, this isn't a horrible game, but Nintendo's going from platforming to climbing was a good choice, but then including jumping was a questionable choice. Pretty soon, Donkey Kong 3 faded out of everyone's memory along with Stanley the Bugman. I give this game a 6.5 out of 10.